Hello, my name is Brendan Palmer, and today I'm interviewing Simon Bere, a man that I met a good many years ago now, where he was doing a very animated, very passionate, motivational, inspirational presentation at an event that I went to, and he had a very big impact on my life since then. I remember sitting in the crowd with my business partner, who's my wife as well, and we thought. Well, I remember thinking to myself, this guy somehow is going to get involved in my life at some point. And we spoke about it afterwards as we were leaving the event. And we said, yeah, there's something about that guy. There's something about that guy. We didn't know what it was. It was to do with your passion, with the way that you spoke and everything. But there was something that we knew our paths would cross again one day. And thankfully, they have crossed again. So it's my honor and my privilege to do this interview with you and to ask you a few little questions so that people can get to know who you are.
Thank you.
The first question is, what is your business? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, my business is based on developing solutions and also helping people with solutions, especially in the strategic area of business. But we are not just focusing on the business because the solutions we provide are integrated. We are looking at solutions that can solve a problem from a strategic, systematic way. Let's say it's a person, it's an individual, it's a company, it's a business, it's an organization, it's a team. We provide solutions that can help them achieve their results, especially when they are facing challenges. So it's a strategic approach to solving the problems that they have.
Brilliant. And your company is called Simon Bere Incorporated.
Precisely.
Very good. So remember that name, it's very important. And Simon, what is the vision that you have for Simon Bere Incorporated?
Simon Bere Incorporated is, the vision is basically at two levels. The first level is to be one of the companies that get involved in developing a practical solution that will lead this country into the $200 billion economy within 20 years. Yeah. So it's about developing that solution, but also impacting people and actually being involved in making sure that you put the strategic assets, you develop the strategic assets that are required to achieve that $200 billion economy. Brilliant. Why am I talking about this? Is because it's important. When you look at our economy right now, what we need is a strategic response to the whole situation where we create an environment where more and more people in the country can succeed with less and less effort. That's my vision for the $200 billion economy. It's not just about what it is, but also what people are going to experience. They must be able to achieve their goals. More and more people are achieving more and more of their goals with less and less effort and struggle. Yeah.
And I know, Simon, you testament or testimony to a lot of your own belief systems because you've tried and tested a lot of what you teach, a lot of what you stand for. And I know that you studied in the UK. Can you share with us quickly how that came to happen?
It was a very interesting way in which I went to the UK. When I talk about people and tell them, when you want to achieve something, if you have a goal you want to achieve, don't put the financial constraints in front of you. You will not achieve the goal. You have to focus your mind on being there, on doing what you want to do. When you focus your mind and concentration on what you want to do, that alone becomes the catalyst for achieving any goal. Even by the time you start thinking you don't have financial resources. That's how I managed to go to the UK. It was not like I had all the resources that I required. It was not an easy thing, but I believe firmly that it was my focus and the power of my mental concentration that allowed it to make it happen. Because I'd always set a goal that when I do my further studies, I wanted to do them actually in the UK and not anywhere else.
And you achieved that at a very young age, and you proved to yourself the power of thinking.
Precisely, and not just being able to go there, but also when I went there, I had a specific goal about my results that I set, and I managed to also achieve that goal under very difficult circumstances. So I'm talking about this because it's important for most people who are struggling. That the biggest struggle that comes is about how we think about our goals, and also putting constraints in our thinking so that those constraints become the biggest handicap to achieve in those goals.
So if you could, in a very few words, what would your advice be to people that are struggling, or people that are wanting to achieve different results in their lives?
I will speak, for example, in people who are struggling with their businesses at the moment. The first thing that is important, that kills the capacity to recover, is a complete and total belief that the only thing that is killing the business is the environment. And also the only thing that you need for you to come out and to turn around your business is financial resources or money, and nothing else in between. This is a very dangerous trap for most people that we are facing now when they are facing challenges. So what you need is a strategy. You need to be looking at strategy. You need to be looking at yourself, because there are a lot of internal things that may need to be changed, especially on the strategic and how you are configured, and your people and the mindsets, everything to do with the people that you have, so that you'll be able to, when the results come, the financial resources that you want, you can achieve them by first of all changing the way you think. That's one thing. But also when you get the results, if you have got the correct strategy and your people are well positioned, in terms of skill, mindset, everything else, then and only then are you able to use those resources, financial resources, in such a way that you are going to solve the problem. So get help now to make sure that you prepare the mental and the organizational things that are required before you start thinking about it.
Simon, one last question then is, how would you, in 5 words, what would be the keys that you attribute to success, to successful living?
The first thing is, I would say strategy is key. Yeah, because
strategy.
Yes, strategy, focus. Yeah. Then you've got the action. You need to be acting, and then you are talking about resourcefulness. Yeah, it's very critical. And then the last one is motion. You need to be moving. You see, being static and not making progress and not measuring your progress in anything is the biggest way in which you begin to fail. So you have to be always asking yourself, am I making progress? So progress comes first when you have your strategy, because strategy also involves planning. So that is critical. So once you have that, then you have always got to measure your results and compare all the time between your results you are getting and the results that you want to do. That's a critical area that we find in most people lacking. And then just another thing, it's also looking at when you are looking at the individual, because the individual is the big building block for all the results, even if it's in a business, in an organization, in an economy. So that's where also my focus is also on building the kind of individuals that are required to produce the results they want, and also the results the organizations want, and also the organizations that become effective in the economy. That's where I know we connect there, because our major program at the moment is developing the kind of entrepreneur that will be able to drive the economy to the $200 billion mark. Because we believe that if you don't have entrepreneurs of the right quality, and then you don't have the leaders of the right quality, if you don't have the managers of the right quality, then it means that whatever amount of money you can get, no matter how kind of help you can get from outside, when those equations, those assets, people are not there, it will not work. So basically that's what we are working on our program. We want to develop that kind of person of that level who will be able to drive this economy to $200 billion economy. And I think that's where, going forward, most of our energy is going to be focused on.
And Simon, just lastly, how do people get in touch with you? Because obviously you're a strategy expert, you are very passionate about coming up with solutions, you're a contributor to society and the economy, and you've helped many businesses in your experience so far to achieve amazing results.
Yes.
How do people get hold of you?
The best way for people, I encourage people to get hold of me is going through the social networks that we have. We are on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Skype. So those are the critical, I think, the starting point, because that gives continuity in terms of contact. I think the first time when you go to our links, Twitter, networks, Facebook, that's where we can begin to connect, and then from there we can go further. and also look at our YouTube postings that we do on outperforming the environment. I think they're also very, very helpful for a lot of people.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Simon. And it's an honor and a pleasure to have been able to interview you and to learn about who you are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.